Hello fellow Star Trek fans, welcome back to a brand new episode of 10 Forward, brought to you as part of the Clonestar podcast. I am your host Mike Overton, and in this week's episode we are checking out the second to last episode of Star Trek Discovery, Season 5, Episode 9. The episode is entitled Lagrange Point. Ambassador Saru returns to Federation headquarters with flowers, intending a romantic moment with T'Rina, but is diverted to a crisis meeting with President Rillak. She briefs them on the recent events where Mol has killed Primarch Rune. And now Primarch Tahal's fleet is en route to claim his dreadnought. It would be catastrophic if Mol discovers the progenitor's tech. Aboard Discovery, the crew hastily repairs the ship and uses the spore drive to outpace Mol. Upon arrival, they're immediately pulled into a black hole next to another one. Tilly, quick on her feet, finds a way to escape, and the crew spots a cylinder at the Lagrange point between the two black holes, likely containing the progenitor tech. However, the Breen show up and seize the cylinder. The Breen use a map to open the container, revealing an extra-dimensional portal. Mol sends Breen scientists through to investigate, giving the Discovery crew time to plan. Adira suggests attaching transport logs and beam the cylinder directly to Discovery, leading to a heist-like mission. Adira and Reese form Alpha Team to disable the shields, whilst Michael and Book lead the Beta Team to attach the transporter log. Both teams infiltrate the Dreadnought using Breen disguises and tactics to evade suspicion. Michael even shares a personal moment with Book during this mission. Aboard Federation headquarters, Rillak considers sending a ship to intercept the Breen, and Saru volunteers. Later, he and T'Rina share a romantic moment acknowledging the balance between love and duty. Aboard the Discovery, Rayner prepares the crew for action, refusing Tilly's encouragement, maintaining his gruff demeanour. On the Dreadnought, Michael and Book bluff their way through, encountering more Breen and managing to disable the quarantine field around the cylinder. However, Mol discovers their presence and locks down the ship. Rayner distracts her by revealing that Discovery's survival, even pretending that Michael is dead, allowing Alpha Team to lower the shields. The Discovery then executes a daring plan to beam Michael, Book, and the cylinder out just as they're flung into space. Mol, realizing the threat, enters the portal with Locke's body in a pattern buffer. Burnham follows through the portal, exchanging a poignant look with Book before disappearing. Discovery navigates the chaos. The cylinder is disintegrated and reveals the portal. Book, now aboard the bridge, informs the crew that Burnham is inside the portal with no trace. The scanners, Tilly declares, she's just gone. Rayner, determined, rallies the crew with a speech, takes the captain's chair and sets the stage for next week's mission to retrieve Burnham and the progenitor's technology. Things I liked this week. The VFX this week were fantastic. We've had real issues with VFX this season, and this week's episode hit the nail on the head. They were perfectly executed and really well done, and I couldn't see any weird and wonderful issues. I'm so happy to see all of these weird, not weird, but these long character arcs now sort of come to fruition. Adira has grown, coming up with these crazy plans and executing them. Rayner finally gaining the trust of the crew, finally taking a seat on the bridge rather than pacing up and down, which is great to see. Mary Wiseman has grown Tilly massively, and I can't wait to see how that finally ends. I hope Tilly gets promoted. I don't know why, I just hope she gets promoted. I also hope we get to see her in Starfleet Academy as well, but who knows. But yeah, so her character has seriously grown this season. I quite like this. The storyline was great this week as well, amidst a bit short, but all in all, a good first part to a 2-part show finale. Things I didn't like this week, the episode was too damn short. We're, I think, 12 minutes shorter than a typical Discovery episode. I'm hoping they make up for that next week, and the reason it's short is because they want that time on the season finale. Other than that, I just felt that there were bits that would Some bits dragged on a little bit, like Book and Michael's scene aboard the ship was on and on, I felt, and some bits of it were really rushed that I think could have had a bit more time. I would have loved to have seen a bit more space battle. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more about the portal at the end, but it just felt a bit time crunched, let's say. My standout moment this week, and it was hilarious, it was really funny to see, was Book's flirting. My standout moment this week was Book's flirting with another Breen. It was hilarious, it was really well done. Whoever's idea it was to put that in the show, I thought was just fantastic. It was a lot of fun to watch. So yes, it was just a lot of fun. But also it was interesting just to kind of see how flirting would work through a universal translator. Especially in a massive disguise, because at the end of the day, the Breen language is so different from any, traditional language like English. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. We also got to learn a few more tidbits about Breen society in that discussion as well, which is great to see. What an exciting episode. It sets up a fantastic two-part finale whilst being a complete package on its own. Jonathan Frakes ensures a fast-paced adventure with heist movie motifs. Now, let's face it, sneaking aboard alien ships in disguise is classic Star Trek. Now with a Breen twist reminiscent of Kira in Indiscretion. The stakes are huge as Mole and the Breen threaten to claim the progenitor technology, bringing dramatic bridge scenes and stunning VFX moments. Yet, Discovery weaves in key character moments, highlighting the season's theme of connection. The return of Doug Jones gives us a perspective from Starfleet headquarters as Saru and T'Rina find love amidst the high-stakes diplomacy. Lagrange Point pays off several character arcs, saving Saru and T'Rina's big day for, I'm guessing, the finale. Adira shines on their away mission, with proud space dad sending them off. Blue Barrow really shows great range, including action scenes. The episode also sees Rayner's and the crew's trust, finally taking the captain's chair after a little encouragement from Tilly. Book and Michael's relationship develops, despite an inappropriately timed discussion aboard the Breen ship. The episode could have benefited from this being cut a little shorter, focusing instead on the poignant looks before Michael enters the portal. Big reveals about the progenitors and the technology are reserved for the finale, but placing the portal in the Lagrange point of two black holes is awe-inspiring. The Breen lore expands, with Mole's cult-like worship of the Scion and her focus on Locke. Eve Harlow's performance suggests a potential redemption arc with Book. Mole, despite her harshness, shows that she hasn't gone full evil, planning to drop Michael and Book off at a planet instead of killing them. The episode ties together the season's themes effectively, using callbacks like an Anchworm insult and Burnham's code to Rayner. Action scenes, including the spectacular space effects of the two black holes and the Breen ship fight, are well executed. However, some moments feel rushed, like Book's sudden appearance on the bridge in a new outfit after the shuttle bay crash. Overall, Lagrange Point is a tight episode that stands on its own, but sets up the finale perfectly. The mix of action, emotion, and humour hits the season's sweet spot. Thanks ever so much for tuning into this week's episode of 10 Forward. I have been your host, Mike Overton, and next week we are going to be checking out the last ever episode of Star Trek Discovery, which does make me very sad. Until then, live long and prosper.